Hello students, in this video I will be teaching you CBSE class 9 science chapter 1 matter in our surrounding. The lecture prepared is completely as per the latest syllabus of NCERT class 9 science. So hope this lecture is going to be really helpful in preparing for the CBSE class 9 science exam. I have covered every important topic from this chapter. So this is the part 1 of matter in our surrounding. You will get more videos for rest of the topics. So let's start with the matter in our surrounding. What is matter? The first very important thing to understand is what is matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. What is matter? कोई भी ऐसी चीज जिसके पास क्या हो कि कोई मास हो और वो एक पर्टिकुलर स्पेस को ऑक्यूपाई करे, उसे हम क्या बोलेंगे? मैटर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल चेयर, bed, river, mountain, dog, tree, building, food, etc. So we can say that everything present in our surrounding is a matter because everything has some space, it occupies some space and it has some mass. Here is an example. You can see this is a tree. It occupies some space and it has a mass. Tree is very heavy. Then here comes a chair. Another example is chair. If you see a chair, if we keep it here in the floor, it occupies a space here on the floor and it has some weight. So it is also a mass. So basically the food we eat or the building in which we live, everything has occupies some space and has some mass. So basically everything present in our surrounding is called as matter. So if you look in our surrounding, we see a large variety of things with different shapes, size and texture. So everything in this universe is made up of some material. So everything we can say is a matter. Okay. The air we breathe, the stones, the clouds, the stars, the plants, the animal, even a small drop of water is said to be a matter because it occupies some space and it has some weight. So basically, in other words, we can say that both mass and volume, matter has both the things. It has a mass and it has the volume. Volume means that it is going to occupy some space and it has a mass means it has some weight. Okay. So early Indian philosophers classified matter in 5 basic elements, जिसको कि क्या बोलते थे? पंच तत्व. It was called as पंच तत्व. Air, वायु, fire, अग्नि, earth, पृथ्वी, sky, आकाश and water, jal. So these were the Panch Tattva, 5 basic elements in which the matter was classified. According to these philosophers, everything living or non-living was made up of these 5 basic elements. तो कोई भी चीज़ लिविंग हो चाहे नॉन लिविंग हो, उन फिलोसफर्स ने ये माना कि ये इन्हीं 5 बेसिक एलिमेंट्स की बनी होती है. Okay, and ancient Greek philosophers have arrived at a similar classification of matter. और Greek philosophers ने भी यही similar classification दिया. These 5 basic elements are form of matter. Matter is form of these 5 basic elements. But the modern day scientists, what did they say? Has evolved 2 types of classification of matter. They said there are 2 types of classification of matter based on their physical properties and chemical nature. So they have classified matter on the basis of their physical properties and chemical nature. Okay. physical nature of matter. Matter is made up of small particles. So just to prove it that matter is made up of small particles, let's perform an activity to decide whether the nature of matter is continuous or it's a particulate. Okay, so many of the scientists believe that matter is a continuous. Continuous like what? Continuous like a wood or a block. Okay, but many of them believe that no, it's like a particle. Okay, some scientists believe that it's like a particle. So next we will perform an experiment just to see that whether matter is continuous or it's a particle. So let's perform an experiment. We will take a beaker of 100 ml, fill half of a beaker with water and mark the level of the water. Okay. Now what we have to do, we need to dissolve some salt or sugar, any one you have to take. It is your choice, either take a salt or a sugar with the help of a glass rod. So dissolve it and just stir it with the help of a glass rod. Okay. So this is a beaker of 100 ml in which 50 ml of water is added. Now we have added a salt in it. This is the salt we have added. Now stir it well. This beaker is now having a salt solution. Okay. So now what we need to see, does there is any change in the level of water and where the salt has gone? Where the salt has gone. Okay, or so okay, let's see what happens. So if the salt has gone, this is indicating that matter is made up of a particle. So basically what happens when we dissolve salt in water, the particles of salt get into space between the particles of water. बेसिकली क्या हो रहा है कि जो सॉल्ट को जब हमने यहाँ पे पानी में डाला तो सॉल्ट अब क्या करेगा, सॉल्ट जो स्पेसेस हैं इन बिटवीन द पार्टिकल्स ऑफ वाटर, उनके बीच में वो एडजस्ट हो जा रहा है. ओके, वाटर की जो पार्टिकल्स के बीच में गैप है उसके बीच में ये एडजस्ट हो जा रहा है. What does this show? This shows that matter is made up of particles. This experiment shows matter is made up of particles. I hope this must be clear to everybody. So just now we have came to know that matter is made up of small particles. Now the question is that how small are these particles? अगर मैटर स्मॉल पार्टिकल्स का बना हुआ है तो ये पार्टिकल्स कितने स्मॉल हैं? फॉर दैट ऑल्सो वी आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म एन एक्सपेरिमेंट. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग वी हैव टू डू इज दैट take 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate. Okay, we have to take 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate. If you don't have potassium permanganate, you can perform this activity with a 2 ml of Dettol also, using a 2 ml of Dettol. Fine. If you don't have 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate, you can use 2 ml of Dettol instead of it. Okay, fine. Instead of potassium permanganate you can use this. So basically and we have taken 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate and dissolve them in 100 ml of water. Fine. Now what we have to do, take out approximately 10 ml of this solution. ये जो solution हमने बनाया, ये solution क्या था हमारा 100 ml of water का solution plus 2 to 3 crystal of potassium permanganate. इस solution में से हम 10 ml solution निकालेंगे and we are going to put it in 90 ml of a clear water. Okay, we will take again a flask in which a clear water of 90 ml will be there. In that we are going to put the 10 ml solution of this. Now again take out the 10 ml of this solution and put it into another 90 ml of a clear water. Fine. Like this, keep diluting the solution like this 5 to 8 times. Okay. Now what we have to see, we need to see, is the water still colored? Is there any change in the color of a water, or the water of the potassium permanganate is still the same? So let's see what happens. So here is a 100 ml of water in a beaker. In this 100 ml of water, 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate has been put. Okay, so there is a solution of 100 ml water plus 2 to 3 crystals of a potassium permanganate. Now what we need to do, we need to take out 10 ml. This is the 10 ml of the solution and we need to put it another beaker, and this beaker was having how much? Only 90 ml of plain water. Okay, 90 ml of clear water. Now again what we will be doing, we will be taking 10 ml of solution from this beaker now, and we are going to transfer in another beaker. Again this beaker is having 90 ml of clear water. Again take a 10 ml solution and put in this beaker. This beaker is also having 90 ml of clear water. You can keep on repeating this experiment again. Again you can take a 10 ml water and put it in a beaker which is having 90 ml of water. So basically what we see, if you see here the color of a solution is a dark pink, gets little more less and least, here it is. So this shows that the solution is getting diluted. Okay, solution is getting diluted. So now estimating how small are the particles of the matter. What we need to estimate, how small are the matter is made up of particle, how small it is. So with every dilution through the color becomes light. It is still visible. You can see it. It is visible here that if you are diluting the solution, the color is getting lighter. What does this mean? This experiment shows that just a few crystals of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water. Okay, 1000 liter of water को भी color कर देगा just a few crystals of potassium permanganate. So basically this experiment shows that just a few crystal of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water, that is about 1000 of liter. Okay, then we can conclude that there is much million of tiny particles in just one crystal. तो basically हमने क्या conclusion निकाला कि just one crystal of potassium permanganate, fine, just one crystal of potassium permanganate has got millions of tiny particles. Okay. So basically we have concluded that just one crystal of a potassium magnate has got millions of tiny particles. Okay, so in which keeps on dividing them into smaller and smaller particles. As we have seen in experiment, this keeps on dividing in smaller and smaller particles. So I have already told you, if you don't have potassium permanganate, the same activity you can perform with 2 ml of Dettol. Okay, this smell can be detected even on repeated dilution. You are going to dilute it further, but the smell can be predicted. So the final conclusion we got from this, the particles of matter are very small. They are small beyond our imagination. So basically what we get to know that matter is made up of particles, and these particles are very small. ओके, पहली चीज तो मैटर जो है कि पार्टिकल्स का बना है. दूसरी चीज, ये जो पार्टिकल्स होते हैं ये बहुत ही स्मॉल होते हैं, इतने स्मॉल जो कि हम इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते. ओके फाइन. So just now the first thing which we have read was that matter is made up of particles. Now the second thing comes, particles of matter have space between them. तो ये मैटर बेसिकली क्या हो रहा है कि मैटर जो है कि किसका बना है, पार्टिकल्स का. ओके, और अब ये जो पार्टिकल्स हैं इनके बीच में स्पेस बिटवीन देम है. Okay, there is a space between these particles. So let's see how we can get to know that there is a space between these particles. Okay, previous experiments which we have done, we have seen that when we have dissolved sugar or salt, it gets eventually distributed in the water, and after that when we have taken potassium permanganate, or even you can use that Dettol, that has also got evenly distributed in the water. What does this shows? अगर ये पानी है और इसमें हम शुगर डाल रहे हैं और वो आके कहीं पे एडजस्ट हो जा रहा है उस पानी में, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? दिस सिंपली मीन्स कि ये जो वाटर के छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स हैं इनके बीच में कहीं तो कुछ स्पेस होगी जहाँ पे ये आके मर्ज हो जा रहा है आपका शुगर. तो ये जो वाटर के पार्टिकल्स के बीच में स्पेस थी उसमें तो जाके कहीं शुगर एडजस्ट हो जा रहा है, कहीं सॉल्ट इवनली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जा रहा है, या पोटेशियम परमैंगनेट है, या जो भी आप सोल्यूशन ले रहे हो, अगर ये सोल्यूशन बन रहा है तो इट मीन्स कि उस वाटर में कहीं तो पार्टिकल्स में स्पेस है जहाँ एडजस्ट हो रहा है. व्हाट डज दिस शो? कि पार्टिकल्स ऑफ मैटर हैव स्पेस बिटवीन देम. अब आप अपने डेली लाइफ के भी एग्जाम्पल्स ले सकते हो. व्हेन वी मेक टी, कॉफी और लेमोनेड, particles of one type of matter get into the spaces between particles of the other. अब आप लेमोनेड ही ले लो, नींबू पानी आप बनाते हो, you just take a water and you just dissolve lemon and sugar in it. So when you dissolve it get evenly distributed in it. It means that there was some space in the particles of this water which have let these sugars or lemons to just get dissolved in it. So this shows that there is enough space between particles of matter. तो हमें क्या क्या पता चला? हमें पहली चीज तो ये पता चली कि मैटर जो है कि पार्टिकल्स के बने होंगे, वो पार्टिकल्स बहुत ही स्मॉल पार्टिकल्स हैं और उन पार्टिकल्स में स्पेस होता है इन बिटवीन देम. ओके, सो द नेक्स्ट थिंग कम्स दैट particles of matter are continuously moving. Okay, so first thing was that matter is made up of particle. It is made up of small particles, and these particles have a space between them. And now what we get to know that these particles of matter are continuously moving. वो लगातार move करते रहते हैं. अब now to find this, to prove this, we need to do an experiment. Put an unlit incense stick in a corner of a class or a room. Okay, so this is the incense stick. You can see, you can get it easily. You can perform it at your house also, in a room or in a class. How close do you have to go near to so as to get its smell? Okay. So now light the incense stick. What happens? What do we observe? Do you get the smell sitting at a distance? Basically क्या होता है? This is a very simple experiment. You can do it at your home also. So basically what happens कि you are sitting far away, but when we light the incense stick and place it in the corner of a room or a class, it smell spreads everywhere in the room or a class and we no longer have to go and take a smell. आपको पूरे रूम में या पूरे क्लास में उसकी महक सुनाई देगी. आपको वहां जाके इंसेंस स्टिक की महक को सूंघने की जरूरत नहीं है. Why this happens? This is because the particles of the incense stick are mixing up with the air. And as we know that the gaseous molecule moves faster, the smell spreads everywhere within a second. Okay? So आपको what happens? आपको क्या मिला? So basically what does this experiment shows that the incense stick smell mixes with the air and moves across the room or a classroom and thus reaches to our nose. What does this shows? This shows that particles of matter are continuously moving. Okay. So basically we get to know that when we light the incense stick, the kinetic energy increases. Due to the increase in the kinetic energy, the particles vibrate more quickly. The particles of the aroma of incense stick thus diffuses faster in the air and reaches us. Okay. So these particles diffuses in the air of incense stick and thus reaches to us. Now one more experiment we will be going to do just to prove that matter are continuously moving. As we have seen that the particles of these incense stick have moved and they have reached to us. Similarly, one more experiment we are going to do just to prove this matter are continuously moving. Okay. So here basically we are going to take two beakers, okay, and drop a crystal of copper sulfate, or you can also take potassium permanganate. Choice is yours. So basically this one beaker is having hot water and the other is having cold water. You can take potassium permanganate. Suppose you are taking, just put a crystal in both of that and just do not stir the solution. Just allow them to settle at the bottom. Just leave it. Now see, what do you observe just above the solid crystal in the glass? What happens as time passes? What does this suggest about the particles of solid and liquid? Does the rate of mixing changes with temperature? Why and how? So if you will see in a glass of cold water, this one, when you dissolve a CuSO4 or KMnO4, basically, so the crystals settle down at the bottom. You can see here the crystals have settled down at the bottom. Can you see that? Whereas in hot water, the crystals spread slowly. ठीक है, आप देख सकते हैं कि कोल्ड वाटर में तो ये क्रिस्टल बिल्कुल नीचे बस आपको दिखाई दे रहे हैं, जबकि हॉट वाटर में दे हैव इवेंचुअली स्प्रेड. वी कैन सी द कलर ऑफ वाटर चेंजिंग फ्रॉम ब्लू टू पिंक. दिस विल बी हैपनिंग. ओके. the answer to our this question is that in the hot water the solution crystal has dissolved fully, whereas in cold water it has been settled down. Now what happened after some period? It is asking what happens as the time passes. So after some period of time we can observe that even in the cold water the potassium permanganate or copper sulfate will dissolve. Okay, so in cold water the rate of dissolution will be slow, whereas in hot water it dissolves faster and the color of water changes. Okay, तो गर्म पानी अगर है हॉट वाटर है तो डिसोल्यूशन का रेट जो है कि फास्टर होगा एज कंपेयर टू द कोल्ड वन. So basically what does this activity suggest to us? We will see here that the particles of matter move continuously as the things which we have to prove that matter are continuously moving. So the particles of matter are continuously moving. As they move they produce kinetic energy. When these matter are what they produce kinetic energy. Fine. So as temperature increases, the kinetic energy of particle increases and thus the particles get diffused at faster rate. Okay, so they produce kinetic energy, and as the temperature increases the kinetic energy is also increases. So kinetic energy is directly proportional to the टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी भी बढ़ेगी और टेम्परेचर अगर घटेगा तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी भी घटेगी. ठीक है, तो जैसा कि हमने भी देखा कि हॉट वाटर में फास्ट डिजॉल्व हुआ. क्यों? क्योंकि काइनेटिक एनर्जी हॉट वाटर टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा हुआ तो ज़्यादा बढ़ी. As temperature increases, the kinetic energy of particle increases and thus the particles get diffused at a faster rate. Okay. तो बेसिकली अगर हम देखेंगे कि ये कोल्ड और हॉट वाटर का जो कॉन्सेप्ट था उसका यही रीज़न था कि हॉट वाटर में टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा है तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी भी ज़्यादा हो रही है इसलिए फास्टली ये डिफ्यूज़ हो रहे हैं, जबकि कोल्ड वाटर का टेम्परेचर कम है एज कंपेयर टू इसमें भी डिफ्यूज़ होंगे बट एट अ स्लो रेट. ओके, so what conclusion we get? Particles of matter are continuously moving because they have kinetic energy. As the temperature rises, particles move faster. जैसा कि मैं अभी आपको बताई हूँ, with increase in temperature, the kinetic energy of particle also increases. Okay, this only I have told you. So basically, this experiment gave our invention to a new term which is called as diffusion. Now let's see what is diffusion. So basically what happens, particles of matter intermix on their own with each other. Okay, एक दूसरे के particles mix हो रहे हैं, intermix हो रहे हैं एक दूसरे से. So they do so by getting into spaces between the particles. अब particles के बीच में spaces हैं जैसा कि हम पहले भी प्रूव कर चुके हैं, तो उन spaces में के अंदर जाके वो एक दूसरे से मिक्स कर रहे हैं. तो दिस इंटरमिक्सिंग ऑफ पार्टिकल्स ऑफ टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मैटर ऑन देयर ओन इज कॉल्ड डिफ्यूजन. तो यही जो इंटरमिक्सिंग हो रही है पार्टिकल्स की, इन्हीं को हम डिफ्यूजन का टर्म्स दिए. तो अ न्यू टर्म डिफ्यूजन हैज बीन evolved from here. Okay, so hence this has been proved that the particles of matter are continuously moving. So next, see next. So the first very thing we got to know that matter is made up of particles. These particles are small in nature. Okay, these particles are small in nature. Then comes ki there is a space between these particles And now the fourth one is that particles of matter attract each other. ये जो पार्टिकल्स है मैटर के ये एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट करेंगे. तो लेट्स सी हाउ दिस हैपेंस. Okay, for this what activity we will do? We have to play this game in a field, make 4 groups and form a human chain. ह्यूमन चेन के 4 ग्रुप्स हमें बनाने हैं. अब देखते हैं वो 4 ग्रुप्स कैसे होंगे. तो हियर इज द फर्स्ट ग्रुप, दिस इज द सेकेंड ग्रुप, third group and the fourth group. So let's see what we have to do in the first group. The first group should hold each other from the back and lock arms. Here in the picture you can see they are holding each other from the back and they are locking their arms. Okay, so very tightly they are holding to each other. Then the second group should hold hands to form a human chain, a normal human chain, hand to hand they are going to have, like the way we used to do when we play games. And the third group should form a chain by touching each other only with their fingertips. So third group is like कि they will be touching only each other only through a fingertips. मतलब they are not going to lock each other like the way they have locked very tightly. They are little bit tight and they are very loose to each other. And a fourth group students will run around. The fourth group के students हैं वो इन तीनों groups के around में run करेंगे and will try to break the 3 human chains one by one into as a small group as possible. Okay, अब क्या है कि ये तो 3 ग्रुप फॉर्म हो गए. ये जो फोर्थ ग्रुप है they will go to this group, they will try to break their chain, then they will go to second group, they will try to break the chain, and then they will go to third group and they will try to break the chain. तो बेसिकली तीनों ग्रुप जो है वो अलग अलग तरीके से एक दूसरे को पकड़ा है. ए ग्रुप बहुत टाइटली पकड़ा है, बी ग्रुप हल्का टाइट पकड़ा है एंड सी ग्रुप से मतलब होल्डिंग ओनली बाय फिंगर टिप्स. सो नेक्स्ट देखते हैं कि क्या होता है. So there are basically 2 questions which you need to answer. The first one is which group was the easiest to break and why? Okay, कौन से ग्रुप को आसानी से ब्रेक कर लिया गया out of the 3 groups and why? And the second question is if we consider each student as a particle of matter. Okay, there are a group of students and they are forming group. Suppose there are 4 to 5 students and they are forming group 1 and there are again 5 students forming group 2. Okay, so basically कि we will consider these particular student as a particle of matter. Then in which group the particles held each other with the maximum फोर्स. अब यहाँ पे 2 चीजें हमें आंसर करनी. एक तो ये कि जो फोर्थ ग्रुप था वो तीनों ग्रुप को ब्रेक कर रहा है तो विच ग्रुप वॉज वेरी इजी टू ब्रेक. और दूसरी चीज हमारी क्या है कि जो वो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको हम एज अ पार्टिकल ऑफ मैटर एज्यूम कर लेते हैं. तो अगर हम उनको पार्टिकल ऑफ मैटर एज्यूम करते हैं तो वो कौन सा ग्रुप है जिसमें कि मैक्सिमम फोर्स होगा जिससे कि वो पार्टिकल्स बाउंड होंगे. ओके, सो लेट्स आंसर इट. सो विच ग्रुप वाज इजी टू ब्रेक? लेट्स फाइंड दिस आंसर. फॉर दिस वी विल बी मूविंग फॉर all the 4 groups. So if you will read, this group was having the least locking, this group was having the maximum locking and the third group was having the least locking. So it will be very easy to break the third group. Okay, तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का हमें आंसर मिल गया कि थर्ड ग्रुप को ब्रेक करना बहुत इजी है बिकॉज दे वर जस्ट होल्डिंग ओनली बाय फिंगर टिप्स. और ब्रेकिंग द फर्स्ट ग्रुप वाज मोर डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज दे वर होल्डिंग ईच अदर फ्रॉम द बैक एंड दे हैव लॉक्ड ईच अदर इन देयर आर्म्स. अब बेसिकली ऐसा क्यों हुआ कि क्यों फर्स्ट ग्रुप
में मतलब क्या ऐसी चीज थी फर्स्ट ग्रुप में कि उनको तोड़ना बहुत मुश्किल था, जबकि थर्ड ग्रुप के बच्चों को तोड़ना बहुत इजी था। चलो ठीक है, वो फिंगर टिप से थे, उनके में बाउंडिंग कम थी, इसलिए दैट्स व्हाई इट वाज इजी टू ब्रेक देम। So basically, this third group of the students are not holding hands. They are not holding hands, as I have already told you, and they are only touching through their fingertips. So that's why it was easy to break them. So the answer to this question is that third group was most easy to be broken. Fine. Now we will see about our next question. What is it? If we consider each student as a particle of matter, now we are considering this is a group of students. Suppose these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is a group of students. So we are considering each student as a particle of matter. Fine. Particle of matter. So basically, if you will see this, they are particle of matter, then which group the particle held each other has a maximum force. So since it was very, as we have got this answer from here, that it was very difficult to hold the first group, sorry, to break the first group, because they were holding tightly. So we will say that the first group has the strongest force of attraction. फर्स्ट ग्रुप के पास क्या हुआ? फर्स्ट ग्रुप के पास स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है. ओके, फर्स्ट ग्रुप हैज द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. sorry and if you see the second group was having a little bit less than the first, and the third was having the least force of attraction. So what conclusion did we get from here? We get that particles of matter attract each other to a different extent as the humans chain is in different groups. Okay, तो फर्स्ट ग्रुप, अब ऐसे अगर आप देखोगे तो स्ट्रॉन्ग अट्रैक्शन है फर्स्ट ग्रुप में, सेकंड ग्रुप में कम है और थर्ड में एकदम कम है. तो अगर हम ऐसे ग्रुपिंग करें फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड ग्रुप की, तो फर्स्ट ग्रुप को हम क्या बोलेंगे? दैट इज अ सॉलिड, क्योंकि उसमें सबसे ज्यादा फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है. सेकंड इज द लिक्विड and the third one is a gaseous state, gas. तो बेसिकली सॉलिड में अब क्या इसका मतलब हुआ कि जो फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है अगर हम देखें तो वो बिल्कुल ऐसे बाउंड है. ओके, ये पार्टिकल्स जो हैं और उनके बीच में फोर्स ज़्यादा है. अगर वो लिक्विड है तो ये थोड़े हल्के दूर हैं, ऐसे हैं, और अगर वो गैस हैं तो वो बहुत ही दूर दूर हैं. ठीक है, इसलिए इनके में फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन भी सॉलिड में सबसे ज्यादा है. दैट वाज द फर्स्ट ग्रुप. सेकंड ग्रुप वाज एक्टिंग लाइक अ लिक्विड, तो उसमें फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन फर्स्ट से कम है, और गैसियस स्टेट में बहुत दूर दूर है तो उसमें लीस्ट फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है. फाइन. और वी विल रीड इन डिटेल in our coming session about solid, liquid and gas, what are the characteristic of that. but here अगर हम लोग ये तीन ग्रुप में देखें तो we can identify that one group 1 is like solid, group 2 like liquid and group 3 like gaseous state, and the force of attraction was maximum in group 1, least in group 3. सो बेसिकली द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन द पार्टिकल्स को प्रूव करने के लिए यहाँ पे हमारे पास एक और एक्टिविटी है. जस्ट नाउ वी हैव परफॉर्म्ड अ एक्टिविटी इन विच वी हैव फॉर्म्ड अ 3 ग्रुप्स, एंड नाउ अगेन वी आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म वन मोर एक्टिविटी. इन दिस व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, टेक अ आयरन नेल, piece of chalk and a rubber band. 3 things we have to take: And remember, these three are having different. So the first one is a iron nail, second one is a piece of chalk, and the third one is a rubber band. So we have taken these three category of things. And now what next we have to do? Try breaking them by hammering, cutting and stretching. So we need to hammer a iron nail, we need to cut or break this piece of chalk, and to a rubber band we have to stretch it. Okay, so basically three function types of objects is there, and three types of things we have to do. Now next what we will see, in the above three substance, do you think the particles are held together with greater force? अब हमें ये बताना है कि out of these three particles, this one is the nail, second is the chalk, and the third is the rubber band, in which the force of attraction is greater. Okay, let's predict it. Let's see. So basically you must have seen an iron nail. So if you will assume it, what happens, it is the particles are very tightly bound in that. Okay, very tightly bound, and the molecules have a greater force of attraction in it, by the way itself, which helps the nail to be a hard, and hence it require a greater force to damage it. आपने देखा होगा कि आयरन नेल बहुत हार्ड होती है, इनमें जो पार्टिकल्स होते हैं दैट आर वेरी टाइटली बॉन्ड, जैसा कि अभी मैं आपको बताई थी, इट्स लाइक अ सॉलिड, दे विल एक्ट लाइक अ सॉलिड. So they are very tightly bond, or so if you will see कि breaking them will take a longer large force. Okay, तो greater force to damage them. So यही हुआ, आयरन नेल्स में सबसे ज़्यादा फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है. So they will take a longer board to damage. पीस ऑफ चॉक उससे थोड़ा इजी होगा, और रबर बैंड को सबसे इजी होगा ब्रेक करने में. दिस इज ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन द पार्टिकल्स. दिस इज हैविंग लीस्ट फोर्स, दिस इज हैविंग मीडियम फोर्स, एंड दिस इज हैविंग द ग्रेटर फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. So what conclusion does we draw here? Particles of matter have force acting between them. This force keep the particles together. Okay, so there is a force of, if there is two particles suppose, so there is a force between these two particles, and it is because of these particles they are held together, and the strength of the force of attraction varies. और इस फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन में कितनी स्ट्रेंथ है, कितने कैपेबल हैं दोनों एक दूसरे से बाउंड होने के लिए दोनों पार्टिकल्स, ये वेरी करेगा. ये कैसे वेरी करेगा कि क्या टाइप ऑफ मैटर है वन टू अनदर. अब आगे जैसा कि हम लोग पढ़ेंगे इन फर्दर स्टडीज अबाउट सॉलिड, लिक्विड एंड गैस, यू विल गेट टू नो कि विच टाइप ऑफ अट्रैक्शन इज देयर बिटवीन सॉलिड, लिक्विड एंड गैस, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ, एंड दिस फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन, हाउ दिस फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन वेरीज इन all the three states of matter. Okay, so if we will revise and we will see what did we get, is that matter is made up of small particles, the very thing which we got to know, that matter is made up of small particles. तो मैटर पार्टिकल्स का बना हुआ है, और ये पार्टिकल्स हमें कैसे दिखते हैं, ये बहुत ही स्मॉल पार्टिकल्स होते हैं. फिर दूसरी चीज आई कि पार्टिकल्स ऑफ मैटर हैव स्पेस बिटवीन देम. ठीक है, इन पार्टिकल्स के बीच में कुछ तो स्पेस होती है, जैसे कि हमने जो एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था, शुगर डिसॉल्व हो जाता है क्योंकि उन वाटर के पार्टिकल्स में कुछ तो स्पेस थी जहाँ शुगर आके मिल गया. तीसरी चीज जो हमें पता चली वो ये थी कि पार्टिकल्स आर ऑफ मैटर आर कंटिन्यूअसली मूविंग. द एक्सपेरिमेंट विच वी हैव डन ऑफ इंसेंस स्टिक विच शोज दैट इफ यू बर्न इंसेंस स्टिक इन वन कॉर्नर ऑफ अ रूम, इट स्प्रेड्स all over the room. This is because the particles are moving continuously. And the fourth very important thing is that matter attract each other. Particles of matter attract each other. अगर बहुत सारे particles हैं matter में, तो ये सारे particles एक दूसरे से जुड़े रहेंगे, और there is a force of attraction between each of them and they attract each other. That's why these particles are held together. Okay, so Thank you. This was all for today for matter in our surrounding. I will be uploading my next video in which we will discuss in detail about states of matter and other things. So thanks for watching my video. If you like it, please give a like button, and please don't forget to subscribe our channel www.olliescholar.com so that you can get all the videos which we upload daily. Thank you so much.